Good evening. Welcome to another Way Day show. Today is the Pride of London. So we've got a few supporters from London teams here. We couldn't find any Palace fans, couldn't find any Fulham fans. So we've just gone with the top two teams and Spurs. Everybody introduce yourself, starting with the one and only Prime.
I mean, Arsenal aren't in the Champions League, so it's the top two teams in Arsenal.
We're elite.
Yeah.
We're elite.
Can't get rid of Klopp.
My timeline says different, but yeah, I'm Prime.
You can't get rid of Klopp.
They call me the Arsenal player, rattling most clubs around. My football opinions are actually quite good if you get past the triggering stuff I say. But yeah. Prime.
Charlotte.
I'm Charlotte. I'm a Chelsea fan, and I'm probably the gobbiest fan you're ever going to meet. But I have factual opinions.
No, you don't.
And you're both from the same team, so that's a bit mad. Elena.
Hi, I'm Eleanor, and I'm a Spurs fan.
Sorry,
it's all right. Everyone says Elena. It's fine. I prefer Elena personally. But anyway, yeah, I'm a Spurs fan, and yeah, I take banter from all these lot every day, all these fan bases every day. So yeah, I'm very much used to it, but I'll try to do us proud, guys.
Samuel.
You know what? Yeah, the Kings of North London. Yeah, Mr. Vava from part of our club. Yeah, the legendary Arsene Wenger, Thierry Henry, Tony Adams. Class is permanent FC.
Samuel, who's Tony Adams? You weren't alive. Who's Tony Adams?
I know who Tony Adams is.
Too much. Law, introduce yourself.
Yo, Laurie, depressed Arsenal fan. Been in for 10 years. To be fair, yeah.
I'm gonna have to hide him, you know. I'm gonna have to hide you off the stream. We don't do depression around here. We don't do depression around here.
You know the reason I have this caps on? Because my hair is starting to grow, old now because of the all the depressing. I've
been going grey for a while. All right, so I know that Charlotte and Eleanor have to leave around 1:45, so we're gonna start with those two first. Eleanor, what was the last Spurs game? What was the score? Tell us about it. Because I didn't see it. I don't even know the score. What was the score?
1-1 with Fulham. I'm sure you do know the score.
I don't know the score. I don't know what happened. Tell us what happened.
Shocking game.
Yep.
We don't like to attack, do we? Prime is here, so I can't say too much, but we don't like to attack. So yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of our tactics at the moment. Yes, we had Son miss 4 big chances, which is a big problem. We can't really afford to be missing those chances. But if we're only relying on 2 players to score every game, that's not going to happen. So we need to find goals in the rest of our team. And yeah, that game we just didn't. We had Son got loads of chances. He messed up. But we have no one else to score goals. There's no goals coming from our midfield. When Jose makes a sub, it's normally negative. He makes a sub for like Ndombele to bring on Sissoko or someone, which bothers me. But yeah, I think he brought on Lamela, and yeah, just nothing happened. It was just a nothing game, really. We should have taken the game to them, and we didn't. We did have a lot of big chances, but in the second half, they had more possession than us. We sat back. The typical 1-0 up Jose Mourinho story. What can I say?
See, this really stresses me out because I watched the match and everybody was like, obviously the team that he put out, I would say, is probably slightly negative to be playing against Fulham at home. So I feel that gave Fulham a boost. But like you said, Son did he have 3 or 4 chances? I think he had 3.
Well, he had 4 chances he could have scored, yeah.
He had the header up, and Reguilon should have scored as well. So that's 6 chances. I don't see where the negativity in the play came from because that's 6 match-winning chances you guys had. So
I agree.
Why was it also negative?
I also think in the second half, so we started... The first half, we had so many chances. We were all over them. In the second half, we came out. Yes, we had a few chances, but it was very much sort of let them play. It was in the second half after about 10 minutes. So for me, it's just keep it going. You don't have to create 6 chances. It's not a rule where you can stop creating chances after 6.
Yeah.
Create more. We're not creating enough per game. Yes, maybe it's not all on Jose against Fulham, but other games it has been. We're not creating enough. I want to create at least 10, 12 chances a game. You can't expect we can't expect our strikers and stuff to be clinical every game. We need to create more for them. We expect to, score the 4 chances we get. That's not it's just not sustainable. So I want to create more per game, and I feel like Fulham, we did create more, but it's still not enough to be sustainable long term.
I hear that. So I'm going to bring Charlotte and Mr. Prime in. Obviously, you both have had Mourinho as your manager. Is this typical Mourinho, what we're seeing?
I mean, I think Mourinho will always have a plan, no matter what it looks like at the beginning. Mourinho has a plan. He's very tactical about it. I mean, you have had some good games where you've played tactically well. I'm not saying all the time, but you've had those one-off games where I've seen the Mourinho magic happen. But then it just goes back to this kind of dead form that's not particularly there. And I don't know if I can fully blame Mourinho when the players can do what Mourinho's asked them to do, because you've seen it in those one-off games where the Mourinho magic happens, and then all of a sudden it just goes back to being dead. And I'm not sure if you can blame Mourinho when you see the players do it, they can do it. So why aren't they doing it all the time? If they can do it in one match, they can do it all the time. Now that's their choice to switch it on and off. And I think then you kind of have to blame the players and be like, come on, buck your ideas up.
Mourinho's not exempt from criticism. I would just like to say,
the
players. Every time it's always the players of Mourinho. Same story.
But it's the players. It's the players, because if Mourinho can make them, like, if they can turn up for Mourinho on 1 or 2 games, then they can turn up all the time, and there's no excuse, because you can't blame Mourinho then. If they can do it, why aren't they doing it all the time? There's no excuse then at all. Like, that's on the players, and they can buck up those ideas. What I really want to know is, like, if Mourinho's screaming the shit out of them at like half time against Fulham. I wanted to know that. I really hope he
was saying sit back more. That's the problem, because before that we were attacking them. And then he said, "Oh no, let's defend our 1-0 because that's what we do."
1-0 isn't safe.
But this is Jose Mourinho. This is what he wants.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with that point. That's Jose Mourinho. He's known for getting away with 1-0 victories there, so I can understand.
Spurs are known for bottling it, so you can't blame. The way I hear Spurs fans speak, it's as if it's all Jose's fault with the tactics. Sometimes the manager can do when you guys played Liverpool. In my opinion, you guys were set up tactically perfect.
I agree.
You tactically brilliant game, but your players let you down.
I agree. So this is not like I always blame Mourinho, but when it is his fault, I'm not going to shy away because I'm scared of, we can't say anything bad about Mourinho. No. If it is his fault, I will say against Liverpool, we were fantastic. But there is so many other times when it's been his fault, and there is no denying that. I cannot deny that this football, I don't think is sustainable for the type of players we have. Yes, we will get we will get results, but we won't win it over a long period of time playing this football against everyone. I think, yes, they've proven they can do it, but there's also ways that you don't have to play that way every game. And our players can show that. And I don't think that he has a plan B. Plan A works perfectly until you concede. The minute you concede under Mourinho, he has no plan B. That is my problem.
I love that. I love the way you just backed your team there. I'm really proud of you.
I think you guys are playing plan B.
Say that again.
I think this is your plan B.
So we don't have a plan A then? We're just sticking
You do
to
have a plan A, but your plan A isn't working, so you're playing a plan B.
All right. Let me ask Flora and Samuel. Do you just think Spurs players are overrated? Do they think that their players are better than what they are? Is that what's going on? Because what I see on Twitter and the sort of I mean, I was seeing people calling for Mourinho to be sacked, and I'm just like, have you not seen what you've been doing for the last since 1960, and you want to sack Jose Mourinho after someone? You've had Martin Jol as your manager, like you've had some real trash managers, and you lot think you have the right to say sack exactly Sherwood, and you lot I think you have the right to sack Jose. Oh, come on, talk to me, Samuel. Talk to me, Vlor. Our Spurs just.
I'm itching to reply.
Yeah, I'm gonna reply in a minute, but let me get these two in. What do you think, Vlor?
I mean, I've always had cocky Spurs fans around me saying, "Yeah, we're gonna get above Arsenal, we're gonna finish above." But I mean, not only have they become cocky, but they also demand more than what they used to do before. I mean, as you said, they haven't won a trophy for how long?
2008.
Hopefully.
No, a proper trophy. We mean a proper trophy.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, so now it doesn't count. All right, cool. Okay, so
Mickey Mouse Cup, man.
The League Cup then. Right, I'm right then when I talk about the League Cup then.
No, you're not right. You haven't won a trophy in over 12 years. You're not right.
It suits you.
I mean, for Spurs,
when it suits me, when it suits Jose.
Yeah, let Vlor finish. Let Vlor finish his point.
For them, it can't be better than what it is. My concern is why doesn't Bale play a lot? When they bought Bale, I thought, okay, Son, Kane, Bale together on top, that's dangerous. But so for some reason, he doesn't play Bale. But with the players he got, I mean, like, it can't be better than what it is right now. You just need to find a system.
He's literally on holiday right now. Samuel, what do you think?
You know what? It's Tottenham, bro. It's the history of Tottenham, you know. The players haven't got the mentality. They don't have an elite level mentality, and that's what they've lacked. You see the title races they've been in with 20. I think I'm not going to go on the list. I'm going to go when the year Chelsea won it. They were far better than Chelsea. They had the better scoring record than Chelsea. They had the best defense.
Samuel, which year Chelsea have won it? Because we've won it a lot of times.
He knows what you're talking about.
Only 1 year Tottenham was competitive. One time you won it. The most recent one, which is 3 or 4 years ago. All right. Tottenham had the most goals, less goals conceded, and then won nothing. They dominated the FA Cup semi-final, and they still conceded 4 goals. So it's just the mentality of the players. It's the same old Tottenham.
What's stressing me out is that obviously, like, he was talking about the elite mentality. Now you've got an elite manager, and you don't want to sack him because he's what? He's got. Where are you? 5th in the league?
No, well, are we 5th? Are we 5th now? I thought we were 7th or 8th till like maybe the other day.
But I think you're all joint. You're all joint, though, isn't it? No, you're all joint. So like, I just don't get what, because you know who you guys remind me of. You remind me of West Ham. You remind me of West Ham. Like, West Ham keep talking about the West Ham way, but since I've been alive, I've never seen no way of West Ham playing football. Like, they've never been good. Same with Spurs. So I just want to know where you guys are getting this.
Spurs remind me of Everton.
No, Everton are better though.
I agree with that. But anyway,
it's because they have all these bowlers and all this potential, and they could storm the league one day, but it's getting over that line. And for me, it's always a mentality factor, because you have the players to definitely do it. You have some of the best players in the league. There's no reason why you shouldn't have a title.
If we have some of the best players in the league, then we can play better football than we're playing.
No, because quality players doesn't equal quality football. It's not exactly like that.
It should, though. True. It should. It should.
It doesn't.
Look at Mourinho's first years at Chelsea. Like, he just had quality players. He had quality wingers. He had quality everything. And that meant that even if he was defensive, they were still able to blow teams away because they had the quality players. I just don't think... He
wanted to be at Chelsea.
I don't think Spurs have the quality as much as they...
We are not prime Chelsea. That's what people need to understand. We are not prime Chelsea. We cannot do that every week.
You're not even...
Yeah, but you should be capable of that with the players you've got. If you look at it on paper, statistics.
Your paper's ripped up. Rip up your paper, Charlotte. Because
I'm not saying that, but on you should be.
I'm going to say, because I know what he's going to say.
So you can't do that every week. So why do you? So why are you expecting to play this glorious, expansive?
No, it's not about that. Right, let me just explain one thing. It's not about playing defensive every game. It's not about that. I don't care if we're playing defensive. What I care about is when it depends the time and place. At home to Fulham is not the place to play like that. When we're 1-0 up against Palace, it's not the game to play like that. Funny enough, he said, wait, no, there is no defending him when he said we got pegged back, we cannot attack. I didn't tell them to sit back. Okay, funnily, as soon as we conceded, we somehow started going forward again. Within 8 minutes, we looked like we were going to score. So no, that is a tactical error. He is not exempt from criticism. Yes, he's done great things and he's one of the successful managers, but he's not exempt from criticism. And he can just get some criticism now. I do not care. I do not care that, okay, yeah, he will win us a trophy, but he will not win us a Premier League playing this football under Spurs because we will not give him the transfer budget.
Yeah, but you don't.
Why
But you guys
why
don't help yourself. Like you bottle everything.
Why is your end goal?
You guys don't help yourself.
Get a trophy and sack him. That's my end goal. Get a trophy and sack him.
It's when you get to like a final. When you get to a final, you always seem to like bottle it. Like if it was the Champions League final, yeah, but the Champions League final, which is probably one of the biggest chances you had to win a trophy.
You can't say they bottled it because they played a better team. That's not really bottling when you play it.
Liverpool are terrible in that final. I'm sorry.
When you have an opportunity to win a Champions League trophy, you don't come out how they were playing. Period. End of. Like
we played better than them. So I don't agree with that. We played better than them. We just didn't.
It doesn't matter if you didn't play better than them.
No, we were the better team in the final. 100%.
She's got the Jose Mourinho syndrome. We were the better team.
No. I don't care. I'm not saying that Poch wasn't exempt from criticism. Poch made many mistakes, hence why he's been sacked. But I'm not saying that Jose Mourinho is the answer. All hail Jose Mourinho.
You lot think you've got big club syndrome when you're not a big club. That's why he got sacked.
Wait, Elena, you're saying Jose's there to just win a trophy.
Don't chat to me.
Elena, you're saying Jose's there just to win a trophy. So he is your end goal. If your end goal is to win a trophy and to get out of this.
No, not past this season. He's not my end goal. Not past this season. He is not my end goal.
I respect that because that's the truth. That's what Man United wanted to do. They wanted to have him for 1 or 2 years, get the sort of winning mentality, get us a couple of trophies if you can, and then we're going to sack your blood clot. That's what they wanted to do.
That is the end goal. End goal doesn't mean 5 years. It means what do you want out of what you have right now, which is to win a trophy and get a mentality. He's going to do that. So it doesn't matter how you're playing. It doesn't matter how you're really playing.
Now everyone now thinks we will always beat City. Now we're going to beat City in this final because that can easily not happen.
You'll beat City.
Well,
it's not going to be.
Again, you don't know this. Number one and number two.
I do know that. It won't be pretty, but you'll beat City.
See, I think I honestly said I remember saying at the time. That if Mourinho was in charge of Spurs when you lot was in the Champions League final, I think you would have beat Chelsea, Liverpool.
I agree. I honestly 100%.
Think you would have beat them.
I 100% agree.
That's why I don't feel like sacking him is the right thing to do.
He's the perfect 90-minute manager. Longevity, he is not.
Okay,
I mean, I think.
Why are you thinking longevity with Jose?
Because I worry about the way he's going to leave my club. That's why.
You know what?
You know what happened? You've let Man United fans warp your brain. Don't listen to KJ.
No. You know what's happened? I am not blind. I can see the problems. I'm not blind. I'm not going to sit there and blame every player rather than blaming Mourinho because that's what everyone seems to do.
Let's not stress. It's not an attack on Elena. It's just an attack on Spurs. So we're not attacking you. We're just attacking Spurs because nobody likes them. You lot got Sheffield United away on the weekend. What are you expecting? Like Sheffield United are on a roll.
Do you expect me to be quiet? If we do not win, I will not be quiet. I'll tell you that now.
Yeah, we cannot. We
have to. No, we have to beat them. We have to beat them. No, there's no choice about it. 3-0.
Look at this bold prediction. Bold prediction. This. I'm backing it.
Spurs doing I'll back that 100%. Get relegated.
I'll back that 100%. For me, Europa is what I want.
Oh no, what's
I
he
want the
talking
Europa.
about? No, I don't back that. Come on, fair. No, what's he talking about? What's he been drinking?
No, but
Two
I
London
want
clubs
the
to win
Europa.
the Champions League, and neither of them are going to be Arsenal. Wow. If that was
Say
me,
that
I
again,
wouldn't
sir.
take it. Two
No, what do
London
you
clubs
say?
to win the Champions League, and none of them are Arsenal. If that was me, I wouldn't take that.
You know what?
I can't even
That's
see that. Where do you see that?
That's a Matt's comment.
That's crazy because if 2 London teams win the Champions League, we'll still be the biggest
Oh,
club.
okay.
Crazy.
I get what you're saying.
Samuel,
I get
Samuel,
it.
in your Samuel,
All
in
right.
your lifetime, you haven't seen a trophy, so stop, please.
I have 3 of
Hi,
them.
John.
3 of
Have you
them.
seen the league
All
title?
right, let's
Samuel?
get your predictions for Sheffield United versus Spuds. We're going
I
with
said
Prime.
3-0.
Let's start with
I
Prime.
want 3-0.
Oh no, but what do you think's gonna happen?
If your players can finish, it'll be 3-0. If your players can't finish, it'll be 1-0.
All right, 3-0 from Prime.
You only
Charlotte.
play 3 chances a game.
If your players turn up, I think you could do 2-0. But if you don't turn up, I think it'll be a 1-1.
People in the comments, what do you think the score is going to be? Just drop us a little comment and then we'll put it up. Eleanor, what do you think the score is going to be? What do you say, 3-0?
3-0 if we actually play football, because I'm not expecting us to create 3 chances and everyone score just those chances. That's it. 3-0 done.
Yeah.
No, I want to actually play football and create some chances and win 3-0 convincingly. I want to be convinced. So yeah, let's do 3-0 with convincing football, not 3 chances.
We're going to save that comment, John, for later. We're going to get onto that after. Samuel, what do you think the score is going to be?
Oh God, I just read it.
I know Campbell Carvalho Hassan.
See,
by the way.
Campbell
I've seen Carvalho
Samuel,
play.
answer that.
I've seen Sol Campbell play for Arsenal. I've seen Sol Campbell play for Arsenal in 09.
Answer that.
Oh
Samuel,
no, don't
answer
talk about
question,
that when he came back.
I've seen Carvalho play for Real Madrid on TV.
Samuel, answer that
Samuel,
question.
stop that, man. Come on, what's the score going to be?
Oh, 1-0 Tottenham.
All right, so we've got a 3-1 from Matt. Got a 1-1. Flo, what do you think the score is going to be?
2-1 Spurs.
Somebody saying Brewster's finally going to arrive. I don't know if he's ever going to arrive, to be honest. So I don't know what's
sort him
going on.
out. Don't worry, he might do.
Who did Sheffield United just play?
Say that again.
Who did Sheffield United just play?
Newcastle. They beat Newcastle, didn't they?
Oh, Brewster looked good in that game.
Yeah, so
He had a
let's
chance.
see. All right. Now, the team that everybody wants to talk about, Fulham. No, I'm joking. Let's talk about Chelsea because I'm aware of the time and Charlotte has to fly away to wherever she's flying to.
The only club in London with a Champions League. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about 3-0 to Spurs, somebody else has said. What was the result for the last game, Chelsea?
It was 4-0 Morecambe and then 3-0 Man City.
Oh, that doesn't count. Let's not talk about that. The one before that, the one in the league.
3-0 Man City.
So Prime, what do you think? Is there an
It was
issue at
3-1 Man City, but yeah.
3-1? Yeah, is there an issue at Chelsea right now?
There's an issue with the fans. There's an issue with the fans. There's an issue with the fans. Lampard, yes, because he's learning and growing.
Yep.
Some of our players, yes, because they're adapting to the Prem.
Yep.
But our fans are just.
Well, what annoys you about your fans?
Losing to Arsenal really rattled our fan base, which annoys me personally because all season I've been trying not to make our fan base toxic. And it seems like
you can't do it by yourself, though, can you?
Yeah, but
the thing is, not my issue, but obviously we were 15th or 14th at the time, but we're an 8th place team basically. We're 8th, so it wasn't too much of a surprise. I remember being on the stream with you guys, and I kept saying that Arsenal will beat Everton and Chelsea. We didn't beat Everton, but we beat Chelsea. So it wasn't a surprise to me. Charlotte, were you surprised? Because I know you keep saying that it was that you guys played bad and we didn't play that well, but what were your thoughts on that game?
The problem I have is that Arsenal deserved to win that game because we didn't turn up. If we'd have turned up, if we'd have turned up, like, I think you guys would have had a real different situation, but we didn't, and we couldn't be asked. We looked like none of our players wanted to be on the pitch, like genuinely none of them. They all looked like they wanted to be at McDonald's. None of them wanted to be there, like genuinely none of them. They all wanted to be queuing in the drive-through. Blows my mind. Like none of them look like not even one of them looked good. Like. And it frustrates me because we can turn it on and off like we really can in any game. Like look at the West Ham game. Like we got one goal, switched it off. West Ham were very lucky they didn't get a goal, and until the 70th minute we decided to get another 2 goals. But we'd switched it off, and if they'd have got a goal, it would have been a different situation. But we can turn this like.
John, please, can you stop calling Frank fat, please? Because that's my guy. Like, no disrespect to Frank Lampard on my show, please. Thank you.
John, what team do you support?
Yeah, we don't know. Eleanor, what do you think of Chelsea?
What do I think of Chelsea? Oh, you don't want bad words on here. No, I'm joking. I think that they should be a lot higher than they are. I said from the beginning that Frank's going to have issues if he's not competing for a title because of how much money he spent. Now, I know that obviously, teams take time to gel. That's fine. But when you're spending that amount, people do expect something. They do expect like competing, they expect trophies, you know what I mean? Like things have got to start looking like they're somewhat clicking, and sometimes with Frank it doesn't look like it's clicking well. I think that they're going to have some issues. I genuinely think that Frank ain't going to last much longer if he doesn't start picking up the results, and it's sad because I think he could do well. And I think the fans want to give him time. It's just hard with where they are and how much they spent. If they didn't spend that much, then you'd be like, okay, give him a bit of time, But I don't know. I think that they've got a chance to do well, but I don't think it's going to happen this season. I think they need to. I think they need to either get rid of him or give him time and hope these players gel, but they're just not.
I've never said that I want Frank to fail. I don't want him to fail. I just feel like when your players turn up on the pitch and then the next match not turn up, that's my issue. Because as manager, you should be getting these players to turn up every single day. And it's not just Frank. The players have a huge responsibility to play for this. But if these players can turn up for one game and then not turn up for another, that's my issue. And I don't particularly know who to blame, but these players are damn pissing me off, because I'm not saying it was going to be perfect. We bought all these players and I wasn't expecting it to be like perfect. You've got people from the Bundesliga, you've had COVID involved, like it takes time to gel. But my problem is that if these players can turn it on and off, and it's with the lower league sides that we seem to be turning it on, and then when we get to a top 16, which we haven't been able to be, the only team we've beaten is a top 10, which is West. Like that's my issue, because we're not capable right now of beating a top 16. We seem to just like, it looks like we're a load of big, like little kids running away from the big kids when we see like a big 6 team. And like, that's stresses me out.
We turn up one game, we don't turn up the next game. To me, that's a problem as well.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But do you think he could get better under Frank Lampard? Sorry,
What?
Do you think he could get better under Frank Lampard? Do you think they can get better?
I think he will get sacked soon. It's just a matter of time. I think for me, because when I watched them last season, they played some really good football. Really, they scored a lot of goals, but the defense were leaking. So that's why in the summer I was surprised when they bought this Timo Werner guy and this other German striker. And then of course they got Thiago Silva, but that was on a free. He's too old, man. I think they should have bought 1 or 2 strong defenders. Yeah. And I think they could be much better this season. So I think it's the defense who's going to cost Lampard a job. I think it's just a matter of time now.
Samuel, what do you think? Like, do you think that there's a lot more pressure on Frank this season? Is that what we're seeing? Because obviously last season there was no pressure at all. He just had to come in there, steady the ship. He got top 4. So like, I feel like he probably overachieved. So now the pressure's on. Is that why you feel like they're not getting the results?
I think it's because the amount of money he spent during the summer, over 150 million spent on transfers. I think
I think that's not a lot, because you remember that's two years worth of signings. So if you break it down, that's 2 years. It's not that much.
Yeah, but
it's just that it came in once, so it makes it look worse.
Yeah, the thing is, some fans expected a little more from this Chelsea team, and then we had a big season.
Which fan, other than Monster, which fan actually expected?
Well, I'm looking on Twitter right now, and the amount of Chelsea fans saying title charges incoming. We're going to win the league.
Samuel, what is it I always say about fans? I always say fans are idiots because
that's not nice.
They don't think realistically.
But one thing we were saying before the beginning of the season is that Frank Lampard will get sacked if he doesn't deliver well. And right now, everyone's been proven right. Like, you've been proven right about Arsenal flopping this season. Everyone else has been proven right about Frank Lampard.
The thing is about Chelsea, everything that's happened thus far, our form and stuff like that, I've more or less expected. So that's the reason why I personally haven't freaked out about anything.
Because Frank, you're in the minority though, because the majority of Chelsea fans have already switched their heads. Because I've seen Blues fans TV, and a lot of fans have just gone angry. Even Kai, I know Kai was never wanted Lampard, but he's doubled down and hit the nail, saying Lampard's never good enough. Just like a lot of Chelsea fans, if you had a better manager like a Brendan Rodgers there, I think he'll be much higher on the table and he'll be competing.
Yeah, but is that just an experience factor? Because with Frank, I didn't expect. People are saying all this money, we should be challenging and stuff like that. Yes, but one, you don't really factor in and look at money too much. At least I don't anyway, because who cares? We have the money to spend. We spend our money. It doesn't matter. Two, if we all know Frank's not good enough, why are you expecting him to challenge or win?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah. That was my next point. They're just arguing, but they don't know what they're actually arguing for, because you're saying Frank's not good enough, but you're saying that they should challenge. So which one is it? Is he not good enough? Or like you can't have both. Chelsea's next games are Fulham away, which is on Saturday, then Leicester away, then Luton in the FA Cup, and then Wolves at home. Out of those 4 matches, do you expect 9 points? Because obviously the FA Cup, you don't get points for that. But for those, do you expect 9 points?
We should, yes. But I think we can get touched by Fulham.
You think so?
We should be beating. We should be beating Fulham. I'm more worried about Leicester and Wolves than I am Fulham. I mean, we should be beating Fulham. End of. Like, that's not even up for discussion. If we lose to Fulham, like, I'm going to be pissed off. Like, because we should be beating them. Leicester, I think, is going to be a bit more of a challenge. I think Wolves will be a challenge too, because Wolves are dangerous, and like, I mean, I think we're going to struggle with Wolves and Leicester, but I think we could get I think we're only going to get a maximum, if I wanted it, 6 points. We're not going to get 9.
So Indiana says that's 4 points in total. Scott Parker says he's going to beat Chelsea.
He'll
get
Scott Parker's a really good manager.
I love Scott Parker.
Scott Parker.
Sack Lampard and get Scott Parker in. That's a good shout.
No, he's 9.
Scott Parker is better than Lampard and Arteta.
He's 9.
Say that again.
Scott Parker is better than Lampard and Arteta. I said this during your bad run of form, that he's better than Arteta and he's better than Lampard.
That's fair enough. Fair enough. Can't argue with that. Can't really argue with that. So let's get the match prediction for Fulham versus Chelsea. Oh,
he's still my guy. That's fine.
Flo, Fulham Chelsea score.
Oh, it's a hard one. You should expect Chelsea to beat them, but they've come good in the recent weeks. Like they drew against Liverpool, they drew against Spurs. I go for a 1-1. I think it's gonna.
The funny thing is, we put 3 past both of these teams. Samuel, what do you think? What do you think the score is going to be?
You know what? Fulham drew against Liverpool. They drew against Tottenham. They're dual win against a big team. So I'm going to say 2-1 Fulham.
Somebody's checking out their hair. What do you think the score's going to be?
1-1. I'm gonna go 1-1 because they seem to get the results against big teams for some reason. So I'm gonna go 1-1 and hope, and because it'd be funny. So yeah, 1-1.
Charlotte?
2-1 to Chelsea.
I'm Prime. Chelsea carry on like this. Spurs will become.
Oh my God, no! There's no way.
Prime. Are you Prime? What do you think the score's going to be?
3-1 Fulham.
Wow, I'm going 4-1 Chelsea. I'm going for a 4-1 Chelsea win. Leafs got Parker. Let him come to West Ham. All right.
Parker will manage Tottenham.
Yeah, I think you will. I think you'll get that job.
The biggest club in London.
Listen, all right. So, ladies, you both have to dip out, don't you?
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much for coming on. And I thank you for backing your team. That was a valiant effort. You did well. I'm gonna try to do it every week. So if you guys are available to come on whenever you can, just back your team to the hills, man. And I love to see that. Tell us where we can find you.
I'm at LilyWhite_TV on Twitter, at LilyWhite TV on YouTube, and at LilyWhite_TV on Instagram as well.
Charlotte?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Charl_strong. You can also find me on Football United TV's channel on Thursday at 7 p.m. for my own show.
Thank you so much for coming on, ladies, and it was a pleasure as always. And we'll speak to you both soon. You both got shows going to be on in a minute, so quickly just tell us about those shows.
I'm on All Leeds TV every Friday. I do the 8 o'clock sort of before the whistle blows. It's just like a preview of all the weekend games. I'll be there every Friday now, so yeah, it's quite a.
Everybody, head over there after you finish there. Charlotte.
I am on GNA TV for the women's show. We discuss all things about what's going to happen this weekend. We could be talking about the women's teams. We could be talking about anything. It's all just an all women's based show. So I'll be there every week at 8 p.m.
There we go. You've heard it here first. So thank you again for coming on. And both of you enjoy your evening. And just stay off the drugs and alcohol, kids. See you later. Bye. All right, so obviously we're gonna finish up with the Gunners. Obviously, last night. Wow. I'm gonna let Prime go. Tell us, Prime. Did you watch the whole match, Prime?
Yeah, I saw the game.
Yeah.
Zaha, man.
Baller.
Yeah, but he started getting angry and frustrated and just throwing his.
Let's just quickly talk about him for a second. What is his issue? Like, what do you think his issue is? Do you think he thinks that he's a big fish in a small pond? Do you think he thinks he should be at a big club? Is that what his issue is?
Probably, yeah.
Like,
he should be at a bigger club.
He should, but like, if I'm a manager, like, you kind of look past his ability because of the way he carries on. Like yesterday, I was just like, I was gobsmacked. Even I remember against in the Liverpool game when Ayew was through on goal and it was an easy pass for him to get through to Zaha and he messed it up. He fluffed it. Zaha was laying on the floor for about 15-20 seconds crying. And I'm just like, I don't know how that would feel to play with him. Like, I don't know. Like, I think he's so talented, but I think his attitude just doesn't look good.
Well, yeah, he starts for Spurs.
Yeah.
He starts for Arsenal.
Yeah.
He doesn't start for Liverpool. Arguably, maybe he starts for City. He starts for United.
I think he starts for United.
He doesn't start for Chelsea. Well, actually, maybe he does because Werner plays out wide. But yeah, he starts for Big Six teams. He starts for Leicester.
Yeah, definitely. Football United, answer that question. Are you doing the fan show so he knows where to go to find you? So yeah, it's pretty piss poor match yesterday. Like, I was on someone's watch along. It's the first time I've ever done a watch along, and it was probably the worst match to actually do a watch along to. Vlo, what was your thoughts?
Actually, I predicted a draw because we haven't beaten them for a long time. I can't remember the last time we beat them at home. That was maybe 2000
that was 2018.
2015, I think. 14, I think.
18.
I think the last 4 or 5 games.
Yeah. The Scorpion and Giroud, yeah, of course.
No, that was the one before. The one before when Sanchez left. Right after Sanchez left.
Yeah, when Giroud made the Scorpion kick. He scored a Scorpion kick, Giroud.
No, that was the year before. That was the year before. That was 2017.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because I was at the game, both of them.
Okay, but usually. Okay.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been 4 or 5 games. It's been a draw for the last 4 or 5 games, hasn't it? So it wasn't.
But I backed us to win the game. Maybe 1-0, 2-0. But I'm so disappointed with Aubameyang. I think it's time to bench him now. I'm so disappointed. He does not offer anything.
Who's that? Sorry.
Aubameyang, he needs to get benched.
Aubameyang.
Because he doesn't offer anything.
At the start, during the summer, I said Arsenal should sell Aubameyang and reinvest that money in the squad. Arsenal fans laughed at me.
The thing is, I don't think we would have got any money for him. Like anything, how he had been performing for the last 2 or 3 seasons, we wouldn't have got what we felt. So I think they thought it was going to be a smart decision, but given players big contracts, they haven't worked for us in the last 4 or 5 years. So on just that basis alone, I thought it was a stupid decision because it hasn't worked. When we've given people big contracts, they just give up. I don't know, it's obviously, they just give up. So it's just a bit. It was just piss poor. What do you think, Samuel?
It was boring, I looked at the XG at halftime. Our XG was 0.06. So
why do you not touch yourself out with those things?
It just shows our expected goals ratio. Because shots on target is never a good measure. Because you can have 20 shots on goal, but it could all be flying over the bar. So XG is an accurate measure. It shows how crap my phone. So I put your stream up on my phone, it went off. Yeah, the thing is, it shows how lethargic we are with Tierney, and it shows that Smith Rowe is not the solution. And the young players' good performances have dried out, and we need creative players desperately.
Big up the United fans inside, Jeremiah. Congratulations on being top of the league right now. Given Mercenari's high wages, that's a bit, that's what it is. I mean, football's just gone crazy, innit? And it's hard to protect your club from players. We've seen it with Gareth Bale, how much money he's getting, and he's not even kicking the ball. So I'm just gonna bring the legend in. Everybody say hello.
You all right?
Yeah. How you doing today? You all right?
Yeah. Recovered from that boring game last night.
I don't think we will ever recover from that one.
Let's just say that. After the game, I went to bed, and all I had to do was think of the game to fall asleep.
Stephen, you scared me. I thought I was Guinness.
Why are you guys acting like you lost the game?
Say that again.
Why do you guys act like you lost the game?
No, it wasn't that. It's just that I think we just expected a bit more. I mean, obviously, we lost at the moment, our main attacking threat in Tierney wasn't playing, and Martinelli, who have probably given us that energy in the last few games. But it was just a piss poor match. It was just a piss poor match, and obviously you saw that we're lacking a number 10. All of our attacks come down the right now. Attackers moved over to the right hand side, and they're getting those little 1-2s together with Emil Smith Rowe and Bellerin when you can actually pass. So it just means nothing's getting through to Lacazette because nobody can see the bigger picture. So unless you have someone like Cesc Fabregas or Prime Mesut or I don't know, Bruno Fernandes, you could find passes. It's just gonna be. You're just not gonna get results. You're just gonna be 1 week. You're gonna be you're going to be all right. And then the next week, if you don't have that extra quality player in midfield that can find the passes, when you do have teams like Crystal Palace, you're not going to get through.
You say that if there's a lack of movement.
No, but like if you watch it, I was watching Lacazette in the last couple of games, and he's got the same run that he does every game. But yesterday there was one time when he made the run, and I swear to you, Xhaka looked up and done a 360, turned around, went the other way, went back to the defense, and those are the sorts of things that. Obviously, you've got to keep making the runs, but then I can see he just gets annoyed and just thinks, "What's the point?"
Can I just add?
Can
I just add? It's not just the fact that we have missed Tierney or Martinelli. Right, Crystal Palace knew if they neutralise Smith Rowe and Saka, that's it. They don't have to worry about us. All they have to worry about is countering us afterwards. Right. I mean, so they just sat with 2 banks of 4, put like either 2 men on Smith Rowe, 2 men on Saka, right. And then when we do lose the ball, because we will lose the ball because we're shit in terms of making mistakes, we will lose the ball and then they'll break. That's all they had to do.
Yeah, and again, that's because you don't have the extra threat. You can't really mark runners from defense, so that's why Liverpool are so good, because you can't mark Trent and you can't mark Robertson, and same with Chelsea. You can't mark James when he's fully flying, and you can't mark Chilwell. So those extra players are what you're missing, and we don't have a good enough attacking right back, and we was obviously missing Tierney. So already you lose two attacking options.
And everyone keeps an attacking right back, do you?
Say that again.
Or look at the way United play. Luke Shaw and Wan-Bissaka, they're not always overlapping.
Yeah, I know, but the way Arsenal have been playing in, like, from Wenger days was to have both of them. Obviously, Barcelona used to be the same, where they had sort of Abidal who didn't go flying forward, but they had Alves on the other side who was just flying forward. And you've got to have good enough players in midfield to deal with that, who are going to get chances, but we don't have that. So we rely on our fullbacks, which at the moment with Tierney out, and I think we need a new right fullback. What do you think, Flo? Do you think we need a new right back?
Me,
you have a right
I like Ainsley. For me, I like Ainsley. I think he can do a decent job there, but for some reason he doesn't play.
I think it's because he doesn't want to play there.
The thing is, about last night he was like one of the worst players on the pitch.
Yeah, he was, but I don't like. It's hard to get someone to play good if they haven't played for the whole season, and then you're just throwing him in one match, throwing him at left back as well, and then expecting to get a good performance out of him. That's just crazy talk, to be honest.
I feel sorry for him because he has become more like a joker player. He just gets thrown the left back, thrown that right back. He's become
James Milner. He has become James Milner before he needs to be, and I think again. I always say, like, don't keep players if you're not going to play them. Like, don't ruin their careers. Like, he supposedly could have got that Wolves move. We should have just let him go, because what we're keeping him for? We're not going to play him.
Hang on. But everyone said, like, a lot of people were saying after 3 games, right? Not every Arsenal fan, but there were some people in the fan base that are thinking, like, Arteta's found a solution or find a way to turn it around. You watched that game. What was he actually changed? You tell me, because I said it was the same as like against Everton, as against Burnley, right? As against everyone else. It's just everyone found out that if you isolate Smith Rowe and Saka, you don't have to worry about Arsenal. All you have to do is then go attack them in the other end.
I don't agree with the Emil Smith Rowe, because he's only played 3 matches. But again, like, our best player and our best attacker has been our left back. So, like, you can't stop him. That says it all. And again, that's the same with Liverpool. Their best actual attackers are the ones that are running from deep. And if that's the way you set yourself up, you've got to then have the backup if those guys are not there, which we just do not have. I like Bellerin, but I just don't think he's going to get any better, to be honest. So we should just cash in and get somebody else.
Trust me, you guys will regret Bellerin leaving?
No, because like he's been there for how many years, and he's just been at the same level since he's been with us. From the first time he broke into the team, he hasn't got any better. He's just been consistent.
When did he?
He was probably
break into
better
the
when he
team?
first broke into the team.
When did he break into the team? And ask what year or what season?
The first Sanchez year,
16?
wasn't it? 16, when the first Sanchez year.
2014. Okay. Since 2016, you guys have been declining. So I don't expect any players to get better, or many players to get better.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you on that. It's hard to get better when your team's getting worse, but at the same time, we've just signed Tierney, who's younger, and he's just come in and he's showing how to put your heart on your sleeve and how to play football. And I just
He's not captain.
I don't see it from Bellerin.
People know I rate Tierney, but there's not much difference from how Tierney's playing now to how Bellerin played when he first broke through in terms of performances.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. That's what I think. Bellerin has gone backwards from how he first came in the team. Like I thought he was amazing when he first came in the team.
No, I'm making the point of if you guys don't build correctly, Tierney will end up like Bellerin.
Yeah, but Prime, I could see where you're coming from, but hang on, I could see where you're coming from. But since he came back from injury, right, what used to great thing about Bellerin, if he did get caught out, he had pace to recover.
Yeah,
right?
That's the worry.
He's got no pace. He's got no pace since that injury, and every time he gets caught out, we are exposed down that right hand side, and he's got nowhere coming back.
That's very true. That's very true. Who we've got? We've got Newcastle on the weekend. Not on the weekend, on Monday. Next Monday. It's a game we should win. The way we're playing at the moment, we just don't know which. We don't know which Arsenal is going to turn up.
More like 2012, or you could go before that. Yeah, when he first broke through, and since 2012, Arsenal have declined.
Yeah,
we have to bench Aubameyang. He needs to get benched now. Aubameyang, put him back on the bench. Start with Martinelli and Lacazette.
Do you know what? Honestly, I'd actually say people that laughed at Prime for not selling him, right? They should apologise to Prime because we should have got rid of him.
That's in hindsight.
Samuel, I mentioned this on stream with you, with Igal and a lot of the Arsenal fans, and you guys all laughed. And now you guys are changing it and saying that you guys have been saying you guys should sell him.
No, I don't think we should sell him. I honestly don't think we should sell him. I agree with Law. I think we should bench him. I think he needs to be benched to know that he's not indestructible. Go on, Sam.
Prime was final.
Oh, somebody ain't paid their
Wi-Fi is cutting out because we know them.
Yeah.
I mean, no, we all wanted him to, not all of us, but a majority of us.
Can you hear us, Sam?
Can you hear me fine?
Yeah, no, we can.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, one thing I was going to say is that this was a couple of days after the cup final. Not Arsenal fans were saying, no, let's get rid of it. Not all. A majority of Arsenal fans were saying, let's not get rid of Aubameyang, or let's get rid of him. We all wanted him to, we wanted him to sign the thing. He did.
Yeah, but the thing
hindsight, it's not a good thing.
Things that's happening right now, I told you guys would happen, that you should sell him and make the money. And
the thing is, you wouldn't have been able to replace him. You wouldn't have been able to replace him with any money that we got. You would have had to have just put it in another position because we wouldn't have been able to replace him. And do we think Martinelli can replace him? Maybe.
But it's not about replacing Aubameyang now. It's about your squad. Because Aubameyang's at the age where he's in his prime. Forget the season, but he's in his prime and he should be competing and winning trophies. Arsenal are rebuilding. He's going to waste his
but
time.
I don't agree with that. The only reason why I don't agree with that because he's been banging since he came. So we just expected him to carry on doing what he has been doing. So to have sold him, I don't know what that would have done to the squad.
Hang on, I can also see the point because that could have been invested in multiple areas.
Yeah, no, I can. Yeah, no, it could have. But what would it have done to the team?
Built it up better.
But if you're in that team and then you sell that player, what do you think? You're not going to think we're moving forward.
Well, Liverpool did it with Coutinho.
Going to sold our best player.
But the thing is about Coutinho, they got 140 million pounds out of him.
Yeah,
That we can
that's
even
different.
40 million
140 million. We weren't going to get that. We would have got 30, 40
No,
million
not
max. We wouldn't have got that sort of money. You can build
what, the way
with
Aubameyang was playing at that time.
we
Wait.
would have got 40 because if his contract was nearly done, so we weren't going to get much money for him, were we? So it wouldn't have made sense at the time, but obviously now in hindsight, it looks like it was a silly mistake. But we don't know until the season's done, to be honest. Flo, how long have you got?
5 minutes.
Okay, we're gonna wrap it up anyway because it's got to 55 minutes. So
Okay.
yeah, we've got Newcastle on Monday. What do you expect to tell us who you want to start first? Give us your quick little 11.
Me?
Yeah, Vlor, could you go?
Okay. At the back, I don't know if Mari is injured, but if he is fit, he should start together with Tierney. I will go with a back three. So I will play Mari, Holding, and Gabriel.
Yeah.
And I will play the Tierney at the left wing back because I don't know why he plays at the back three. He's a left wing back. He's not a defender. And I would play Thomas Partey. I would actually start Xhaka because I thought he's done well the last couple of weeks. On the right, I would start Pepe. I think Pepe needs to play.
Yeah.
On top, I would start Lacazette in the middle, Martinelli, and Saka.
Yeah,
that's my team.
I don't mind that team. Steve?
Leno, obviously.
Yeah.
Right, that's not even a debate. I'd rather put myself rather than Madison. I'd like to see Maitland-Niles white wing back, but I'm sure Bellerin's probably going to end up playing anyway. Tierney left back. I'll go with a back two of Mari and Gabriel if he's fit.
Yeah.
Xhaka and Partey. I would play Martinelli if he's fit on the left wing. Saka's white winger. Smith Rowe in the middle and Lacazette up front.
Samuel, quick 11.
Leno and goal. A back four of Bellerin at right back. Right centre back is going to be Rob Holding. Left centre back, I'd say Gabriel. Left back, Tierney. Two in midfield of Partey and Ceballos. And then on the right, I'd say Pepe, number 10, Smith Rowe. On the left, Saka. And up front, Lacazette.
That would be my team. So let's quickly just go for results. Prime, you first. Results. It's Prime dead.
Prime.
0-0.
Oh, 0-0. All right. Laurie, what do you think the score is going to be, V?
Are we playing home or away? I forgot.
We're home. We're home in this one.
Oh. Well, I think I'll go for a 1-0.
1-0.
Yeah.
Go on, Steve.
Me?
Yeah.
0-0. I just don't see it. I don't see
Samuel?
The same as the Cup, 2-0 Arsenal.
2-0. Okay, so I'm going to go 5-1 Arsenal.
Are you smoking something? Seriously?
No, I'm confident. I'm 5-1 Arsenal.
I know confidence, but seriously.
What makes you think you're going to put Newcastle in it, bro?
Because Steve, innit? Steve likes us, man. He likes to give us results, innit? So I'm gonna go 5.
But your players don't like you guys. They're not going to give you 5-1.
Yeah, 5-1. Well, I'm going 5-1. Laurie, let me know what you think the score's going to be. But boys, thank you so much for giving me an hour of your time today, and I really enjoyed that show. It's something I want to do every week. So if you're available, just let me know. If anybody in the comments wants to jump on one of the other shows, please let me know and I'll get you on. So we're just going to end it with everybody telling us where we can find you if you want to be found. Prime, you first.
I'm everywhere, man. Can't say work right. Actually, tonight, 10 p.m. on the first 11, first the first XI YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Road Watch. Going to be live. Myself, Indiana, Jem, O'Shea, Kai, Bobs, Igal, and special guest Cam. So that should be amazing. You know he's going to bring this.
Cam's gonna just bring a madness. I'll tell you that.
Tomorrow's Saturday, isn't it? Tomorrow.
Yeah.
I think watch along on Monster CFC's channel. Fulham v Chelsea. 5 o'clock. That should be. So watch that. I'm gonna be hosting it. That should be fun. Hopefully Chelsea win. But if we're losing, come in and banter us.
Monday, you got more shows? No freak on Sunday.
Monday, 10 p.m. isn't it? The wrap up show on the Bits and Bob's channel. Myself, Gunnar, Bobs, Benji. I'm assuming he's back. So,
me too. Hopefully. Thank you. So Prime's work rate is a bit mad at the moment. So please find him. He's always on there, so you won't be able to miss him. Vlor, do you want to be found?
Only on Twitter, man.
Yeah, he's only on Twitter.
You can add, you can tweet, discuss football.
Yeah.
Also related things. That's all.
Thank you. Mr. Featley.
Yes.
Tell us where we can find you.
You can find us on Featley TV. All things F1, football, Arsenal, and Children's Liver Disease Foundation. I've got my watch along Monday. Monday, Arsenal Newcastle, so tune in for that. Yeah. And then then pretty much work and same shows until Thursday, really.
Well, thank you so much, and please go give Mr. Featley a follow, like and subscribe to his channel because he's doing amazing things. Mr. Samuel, do you want to be found? And what are the numbers? What are the numbers in your
2002 AFC?
Why?
On YouTube, EGTV, Igal, go over there, check content, mostly Arsenal and NBA content.
But why the 4002? What is that?
It's 2004 backwards.
Oh, I rate that. But guys, again, thank you so much. Everybody listening, please like and subscribe to the channel. We want to keep doing this. We want to keep moving forward. We want to get everybody in this group wants to get bigger. So please help us. Go find them. Go subscribe to their channels. Follow everything they're doing. And everybody have a good evening. Stay safe and don't do drugs. Have a nice evening.
Have a nice weekend.
See you later, boys.
See ya.